Hey, my lovely people. How are we doing today? I hope everybody's having a great Sunday. I just had a great exercise session. I'm sweaty, and it was worth it. Um, just continuing to practice my self love and just enrich. I don't know what the word is for it. I'm trying to think of the word for it, but just uplifting my own spirit and also allowing God to uplift me when I'm feeling down too. Um, self love, is something that a lot of us don't tend not to practice. And, we need to really focus in on ourselves and giving ourselves that nourishment that we need, that love. You can't give that to someone else unless you love yourself first. I have learned so much about that, and just, have been taking the time to really get to know me. Like right now, I'm gonna go date myself today, and I'm gonna go have me some barbecue because I feel like eating that, and I'm gonna cheat because I can afford to right now. I've really been, on my exercise regimen. I did miss a couple of days this week because of the rain and just because of other things. My children needed me more than my exercise, and so today I decided to get out early and get that, you know, me time in and health and wellness moment in. Did about 5.5 miles and feeling great and energized and just enjoying this sunshine and not allowing anything to really affect me or sway my feelings about anything today. Just feeling good. Got my word in this morning, TD Jakes. Did my prayer and cleaned up and did my normal routine, and just came outside to be refreshed and revived by the sun's energy and the wind and the trees, and just feeling just this wholeness, and fulfilled. And that's what I really, always try to push to people, that really fulfilling your own needs, is a good thing. You have to fulfill your own needs. And sometimes, we look to others to fulfill those needs for us. And when they disappoint us, you're left with, that feeling of regret, that feeling of anger, resentment, those things. And you can never, put that much expectation on someone to fulfill your needs. That's something that you and God have to do, in connection. That's something that you do in connection with God. And, when He's restoring you and giving you that strength and that happiness and that joy that is just so freaking astronomical, that you can smile wholeheartedly and know that you're having a great day despite all the things that are going on around you. Coronavirus and people dying left and right, and you just constantly hearing about the surge in the numbers, and especially in the area I'm in right now, Lawrenceville, we've had a surge because a lot of people are just running around here acting like there's no coronavirus when there is a coronavirus. And so I think that just mental health, being mindful of our thoughts every day, that's part of mental health. Mindful thoughts, um, positive thinking, healthy, habits, and just constantly, and not saying that, you're not going to have those days where you feel negative about something, or, you have negative thoughts, but you just have to you always have to be able to combat them with a positive thought, and know that God is in the midst of everything. I have been fortunate not to contract the coronavirus, though I'm at work. I work in healthcare. I'm in hand surgery, and I come in contact with a lot of patients with a lot of catastrophic injuries and things like that. But I have been blessed enough to be mindful of the way I'm taking care of myself, as well as the way I'm taking care of my patients, and just being very careful and very aware of the fact that there is a coronavirus out there, and that we need to just take care of ourselves. Take care of yourself. You're a very important person in your life. You're a very important person in other people's lives. And self-care is one of the things that we just tend to avoid doing because we're always so involved in taking care of other people. And you have to give yourself that time to, strengthen yourself and so that you can be able to give to other people and be able to help other people. I had a friend the other day, we were talking about, just, she was going through some things, and, there was a lot of, just lies and infidelity and things like that that she had been going through. And, the advice I had given her at the time was, self-love, and not compromising what your needs are and your wants are for someone else. If that person doesn't fit into whatever it is that you guys have decided and compromised on in the relationship, then it's definitely not working in your favor. And God sometimes has to put us through those types of situations in order for us to become more aware and become more, and in order to force us into a self-love type of situation. I've had those experiences where, I had relationships where it mirrored a lot of things in me that, I needed to fix. And at the time, I wasn't aware that it was mirroring things that I was doing to myself. That, there was a lack of self-love, a lack of self-confidence, the neediness and things like that. All those things that I was working on, there were relationships that God put in place in order for me to be able to see those things in myself so that I can work on them. And when we get into these types of relationships, we don't really want that bad side of it to come out, but we don't realize that has to come out in order for us to be the better version of ourselves and the version that God intended us to be. And so I'm thankful for all journeys, all experiences, all relationships, negative and positive. They have totally grown me into the person I am now. And I am looking forward to the next stage of growth, the next stage of spirituality, because of those experiences, because they've taught me so much, and I want, women, especially women of color, we are most of the time we're the ones that always, kind of accept things that are not really for us. And we tend to just basically settle, And I'm here to tell you, don't settle for nothing less than what you think you deserve and what you deserve. So the first part of that is loving yourself and knowing how much love that you have for you, knowing the love that you have for yourself, then allows you to make the decisions as to whether or not someone else belongs in your life, because they need to give that same love, if not more, than what you're giving yourself. And so a lot of us, don't know that because either we've had situations where we didn't have parents in our lives to show us what that love is like, or we had, maybe a lot of negative things happen to us with parents where they've done things to us that, diminish that love. And and so we hold on to those things, and it just messes us up throughout life, and we constantly attract the same type of energy that we're giving out because we hold on to so much of those things. I'm here to tell you, release that energy. Don't hold on to any of those things. What you put out there is what you receive. And so if you want a good, loving, wholesome relationship with anybody, not just in a marriage or in a boyfriend and girlfriend situation, whatever it is, if you want good energy and good love, then you have to be able to love yourself first. Then you express that good love out there, and the universe will bring it right back to you. And, working on ourselves is something that you can't afford to negotiate that. You have to do it. You have to do it because it brings out the best in you. It brings out your purpose in life. And that love is unconditional. And when you unconditionally love yourself, because you know that you're capable of doing wrong things, right things, you know what you're capable of. So then you release those expectations of other people doing what you want them to do in your life, and you accept them for who they are. And so I think that if we all go into, anything, or any relationship, friendships, best friends, whatever, with an openness and remove those expectations of that other person, and accept them and see them for who they are, and love them for who they are, without trying to change them or shift them into your mold to fit your life, things will be so much different and so much better. Because acceptance is something that is also what God wants us to do, is accept people for who they are, because He accepts us for who we are. And though we make these bad decisions at times, God still is forgiving. He's merciful. He gives us His grace. And that's it. He does all those things for us, knowing the type of people that we are, and knowing the type of people that, knowing the type of things that we do. So I want everyone to just kind of, be open-hearted, be open-minded about things. Love people for who they are. Love yourself, and do the self-care. Do the work. Self-care, self-love. Be selfish about that, because until you're selfish about that, and really taking the time to fix, what's within, and allowing God to go deep, and pull all that stuff out, man, the vibration you'll be on, that it's a low frequency. You're not there. You're not there. When he takes you there, you'll feel it. You'll know the difference, because I know the difference. And I just want everybody to just have a great day, and enjoy the weather, and fellowship with your friends and family and your children, and just continue to exude love, unconditional love to everyone. Don't judge anybody. This is a no judgment zone in my life. I don't judge anybody. I used to be the judgmental one, but I no longer judge anybody. There were a lot of things that I did that I no longer do. And I've seen that with those changes, a lot of things have changed in my life. My perspective has changed. My love level has changed. And just the way that I see people, and the way I see people has changed. And so I don't look at the world on, in a worldly way. I look at it in a spiritual way. I don't look at it in the human sense. I look at it in a spiritual way. And I see things so much more deeply, and love people so much more than ever, because of the experience that I've gone through. So I say to everyone today, I know this is a long one, raise your frequency, people. Higher vibrations. Love. Okay? And work on yourself. Because I'm going to tell you, the process, though it is hard, it is so worth it. I love you guys, and I hope you have a great day. And you'll see me in a few days, because I'm not going to do these every day. It takes a lot of energy to do these every day. So I'm just, going to come in every few days and just kind of give you words of encouragement. But I want you to love yourself and have no expectations of other people to give you that love that you should have for yourself already. All right? God loves you, and have a great day. And trust the process.